Hey everybody, Dark Harvester here. We are in Hades 2 and we're going to be going over the Arcana cards. So, when you come down to meditate and you check out the cards, there are 25 in total. We're going to go over all of them, talk about what's good, what's bad, what's synergistic, etc. So, number 1 is the Sorceress. While you channel your Omega moves, everything moves slower for 2 seconds. Now, this can be upgraded to increase the time, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, etc. I don't use the Sorceress. I don't really play. I played with it a little bit. It's not bad. You can definitely utilize the slow down time, but once you really start playing a lot and you know the enemy's moves, you don't need to slow down time a whole lot. Wayward Sun, after you exit a location, restore health or twice that much if you have no more than 30%. This is a really good starter Arcana card, and that's because when you're just starting the game and you don't know the enemy move sets, you're going to be taking a lot of damage, so every little bit of health lets you progress further, which gets you more resources, which lets you unlock more of the game, which makes you stronger, and it's cyclical, right? So the stronger you get, the further you can progress. The better resources you acquire, which allow you to unlock better items, which allow you to be stronger, which allow you to get farther, and it's cyclical. Number 3, Huntress. While you have less than 100% magic, your attack and special deal 40% damage. This is really good because
I see it
you max it out, it's 50% damage. The reason it's good is because if you come down here, and this is when you get further in the game and you unlock this part, but you get your testaments. And with your testaments, if you put in Vow of Panic, you enter each location with 0 magic. So that means that as long as you're okay with not running a magic build, you are dealing 50% more damage with your attacks and your specials. Now, I run Sister Blade, so this is super good. I run Huntress. Death, your Omega attacks have 3% chance to deal crit. Now, this is your Omega moves. This means when you press and hold attack. I don't use that a whole lot with my playstyle. If it was just your attacks that have chance to crit, I think it would be better. But I don't run that, especially not for 3 Psyche. Number 5, the Messenger. You have 6% chance to dodge. Now, this is 0 cost, which means it has an awakening. The awakenings are special conditions, and if they're met, then the card will activate. Notice you have a couple of different awakening cards. Here, you have number 13, number 20, number 21, 24, and 25. They all have different conditions that can be met. We'll go over those. The Messenger, number 5, this one is activate at least 3 cards that use the same amount of Psyche. Now, if you're having problem upgrading your Psyche threshold, you just have to click the top right. Notice bottom, it says 240, right? 240 is required to upgrade this from 25 to 26. So if I click that, see, it goes from 25 to 26. So that's how you upgrade that. I don't use the Messenger a whole lot, but if you can get a couple of RNG dodges, that can be really strong. Number 6, the Furies. Deal 25% damage to foes in your cast. I absolutely recommend that. I can't upgrade that one anymore, but it's very good. I run into the enemies, I Q for my binding spell, and you're dealing extra damage. So right now, just with these 2 alone, your attacks are dealing 75% extra damage if they're within your queue, which they're going to be. You're going to consistently spam it. The Titan is just health and magic. It's pretty good. You like having just basic stats. The Unseen, restore 2 magic every 1 second. I don't use that. I don't really use magic a whole lot. You're going to notice my playstyle does not revolve around a whole lot of magic usage. Night, your Hex charges up automatically as though you use 2 magic every 1 second. I don't use hexes. Typically you have to use magic to charge up a hex, and a hex is just very, very, it's a brief power up. The only hex that I think is really good is the healing one that allows you to heal, but all the other ones I just pretty much avoid using. Number 10, the Lovers. In Guardian encounters, you take 0 damage for the first 2 times you're hit. This is extremely good, especially if you're learning how to play through the bosses. Highly recommend using the Lovers. Number 11, the Swift Runner. You run 20% faster. I don't use this, but there are some really cool running builds. Like if you go Zeus, you can, when you run and you sprint into an enemy, they use magic to get hit by lightning strikes. Really, really good. But I don't use Swift Runner. I don't run a whole lot because you don't really need to be faster. The time of which you would be faster is when you are increasing the difficulty of the enemies and you're making the enemies faster. Number 12, Eternity. Set forth each night with 3 Death Defiance. This is going to be the strongest Arcana card that you have when you're learning the game, because you don't have all the enemy movesets memorized. You don't have all the boss movesets memorized, and you're going to get hit and you're going to die, and this allows you to get further. This game's cyclical, as we were talking about before, which means you fight, you get rewards. Those rewards allow you to unlock things that make you stronger. When you get stronger, you get back in and you can go further and progress in your fight, which get you better rewards, which make you even more stronger, which lets you get even further until you beat the game, and then you unlock more parts of the game. Number 13, the Centaur. After every 5 locations, gain 4 health and 4 magic. This is 0 cost, which means it has an awakening. Activate cards that use 1 through 5 Psyche. This means you can use any card to activate this, except for the Artificer, number 23. Doesn't let you use the Artificer if you want to run Centaur. The Moon. Your Omega cast has 50 power whenever it detonates. The Moon is good, but you have to hold down your Q cast, which I don't typically use that. I use Q a lot to hold the enemies, to bind them in place, but I don't detonate it because it uses magic, and I just don't worry about using magic. Number 15, Strength. While you have no more than 30% health, you take 40% less damage and deal 40% more damage. Super, super strong. I think this is very good. But it only is affected. It's like Tryndamere in League of Legends. You are going to become more tankier, and you're going to become more lethal when you are low on health. The Fates. Set forth each night with 2 change of fates. Now, real quick, notice that the Fates is specifically for changing location rewards, and the Champions is for boons. Okay, Champions costs 4, whereas Fates is only 3. Okay, so keep that in mind. The Boatman, number 17. Set forth each night with 200 gold. Gold is really good. Doesn't take much to upgrade that, as you can see.
This potential.
But it also synergizes with the Seer, which allows you to bring 2 more Change of Fates. The reason that it's synergistic is because you have to activate each surrounding card to awaken the Seer, which means you need to run the Boatman, which means you need to run Champion. So that's extra gold, that's extra Change of Fates, and then even more so. Number 18, Origination. Deal 50% damage to foes afflicted with at least 2 curses. We love Origination. As you see, this just procced the Messenger. 6% chance to dodge, that's nice. But we love Origination because that's, if we can get our enemies in a cast, in our binding spell, and our binding spell is, let's say, it's dealing scorch damage to them, or it's freezing them, and we have another type of damage, like lightning damage, or we have a scorching or freezing attack. We're dealing 25% extra damage to foes in the cast. We're dealing 50% damage extra to foes afflicted with 2 curses. We're dealing 50% extra damage because we don't have our magic. So this is just very synergistic with the amount of damage that we're going to be dealing. Excellence. Boons offered 50% chance to be improved to rare. That's super strong. I do like running that. The Queen, any boons you are offered have 8% chance to be a duo. That's really strong. This is it activates if you have no more than 2 cards that use the same amount, which right now we have 2, 2, and then 3, 3. So we'd have to get rid of the Fates. See how the Queen is now offered. The Seer, set forth each night with 2 Change of Fates, which allows you to reroll. Pretty good, but you have to have Champions, Boatman, and Fates active in order to use that. That's its awakening condition. Champions, set forth each night with 1 Change of Fate. You can alter boons and certain other choices. This seems pretty strong.
The Champions.
We're going to bring it. I haven't used it yet, but a reroll, because we're not bringing Fates and we're not bringing the Seer, we're going to bring Champions. And we're going to see how it goes. Artificer, 23. Set forth each night with one chance to turn a minor find into a random major find. This could be really strong. I don't know what the chance is, though. Set forth each night with one chance to turn any minor find into a major find. So it sounds like at some point through your run, it will turn the minor find into the major find, and it happens once. I'm assuming if you upgrade it, yep, if you upgrade it, the chances just go up. So that could be pretty strong. Divinity, any boons you offered have 10% chance to be improved to epic. Now this is really strong because epic boons are significantly more powerful than common ones. You have to unlock an entire row's worth of Arcana cards. So let's see if we can get that. And lastly, 25, Judgment. After you vanquish Guardian, activate 3 random inactive Arcana cards. This is super strong, but the Awakening is you have to activate no more than 3 cards. No more than 3 cards. So we're just not going to run that. We have a pretty strong setup right now. We're at 23. That means we can have 2 more.
The Titan.
But if we run 2 more, we don't get the Queen. If it's a 2. Which means we can run a 1. We can't run 2 1s because... Oh, we can run 2 1s. Oh, nice. And we get the Centaur from that. Yeah, this is going to be what our run looks like for now. So, Sorceress, Wayward Sun, which, since we're running this, let's go ahead and upgrade this.
Now I see.
Okay. So, our 25 out of 25 is going to look like this. Sorceress, Wayward Sun for the heals, Sorceress for the slow, Huntress, because we're not using any magic, so we have 50% extra damage. Furies, extra damage on our casts. Lovers, we have a shield for boss fights, 2 of them specifically. Eternity, we have Death Defiance so that we can just face check all the bosses. Centaur, we're gaining health and magic every 5 locations. Strength, while you have no more than 30% health, we become tankier and deal more damage like Tryndamere. Origination, 50% damage to foes afflicted with at least 2 curses, which means when we go through our run, we're going to be looking for at least 2 different types of damage. The Queen, any boons, have 8% chance to be a duo. And Champion, set forth each night with 1 reroll, alter boons, and certain other choices. And let's go ahead and upgrade that. That way we have 2 rerolls. All right, that's going to be all of the Arcana cards. Let me know in the comments below what your build is and how you have defeated Kronos the quickest. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you all. Please like and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.